Welcome to Rancho El Charco. I want to tell you about a recess teacher workshop that we've developed.
This is a collection of things to help you stay in the profession.
We developed this by pooling the collective insights from a variety of veteran teachers together that looked at their educational theories, their teacher workshops, and their years of experience in the classroom to come up with the insights that they felt were the most valuable in helping them be a success as a teacher. From that, Recess was created. Recess is a walking outdoor motivational workshop that will take teachers through 7 areas of educational theory and practice in 7 quite symbolic areas of Rancho El Charco. So we invite you to come along and see what we're going to be talking about. Our first stop is at the rock quarry, where we will visit the most important element of good teaching practice, and that is having a rock-solid lesson plan. In that workshop session, we're going to take apart the lesson plan and look at each specific element that will increase student success, whether it be ensuring that you provide pre-assessment and then do something with the pre-assessment, or focusing on how do you make lessons relevant for your students, or the invaluable and oftentimes forgotten part of lesson planning, which is what are you going to do if they didn't get it, the reteaching part. After we focus on the elements of the lesson plan, we're going to move up the hill for an instructional demonstration, where during the workshop, teachers will focus on red lights and green lights for instructional practice. Our next stop is the petting zoo. At Rancho El Charco, we have quite a variety of animals, which very coincidentally have characteristics that are similar to some of the students that you'll have in your classroom. So we visit first the petting zoo to become aware of those animals, and then have a session under the trees where we talk about how do you adapt to those differences in your students, and then secondly, how do you deal with them when you don't have cage walls like we have at our petting zoo here, and create a working society. How do you get students to accept each other's differences? And I want you to say, I like you. I want you to do this right now. You have to. I'm requiring this.
I like you. Look in the mirror and say it.
I like you. And then I want you to say, you are a good person. The third stop of the workshop is quite fun. Teachers are going to get to go fishing right here at the Amigo Hut, where I'm sitting right now at Lake Charco. Partly so that they can feel the same sort of excitement that we hope we can generate in our students when we design our lessons.
Way to go, Yolanda!
After the fishing experience, we'll move inside of the hut and look at a variety of ways to secure attention very creatively in a classroom, so that you never have to say, class, may I have your attention? And then secondly, to maximize retention of information by using a multisensory, kinesthetic, tactile, affective approach to designing your instructional practice. After which we will move into the waters of Charco Springs, where a lot of ideas out there are floating around for teachers to revisit. Now, some of them will have never even heard of these ideas. These are on the cutting edge of educational theory currently. Ideas and practices that are not yet being explored by all teachers, but enough teachers have found a benefit that we need to move forward and use in education. That would end part 1 of the recess workshop. But part 2 is about the teacher themselves. The first area of teacher survival is up at our Windmill Hill. At this workshop session, teachers are going to revisit their motivations for being in this profession. It's a beautiful session where they dig deep and think back to why they got into the profession and why they're still there today.
I just developed this passion for kids. And it was the kids that just didn't get it, that the teacher, can you work with out in the hallway, this child out in the hallway? And I just loved it.
And after that, we walk down the hill into our 6th area, which is a thorn forest. The thorn forest is a very unique part of Rancho El Charco, a well-preserved mesquite cacti community that's considered a rare plant community. So after a little bit of a botany lesson, the teachers will sit down amidst the thorn forest to talk about the frustrations they encounter while teaching. Our last area of the recess workshop, we end up at a beautiful setting called Capella San Marco, where we have a waterfall scene. And at that workshop session, after walking around and through the waterfall and over the challenging rickety bridge, we're going to talk about the challenge that they hope that they will set for themselves in their career, as well as the successes that they've felt during their career. At the end of the day, after the waterfall, we'll transport the teachers back to Boca Paila Restaurant on our covered wagons, and they will leave our recess workshop feeling recharged with enthusiasm, energized, ready to go back into the classroom with fresh ideas, new educational practices, and most of all, confident that their students will experience increase in student achievement, and confident that they will survive this beautiful profession.